All right, friends, so like we were talking about, we are going to be painting our concentric circles today. So last week we used oil pastels to make these beautiful concentric circles. And today we are going to be using watercolor paint to paint in all of the white space, because with our oil pastel, we did leave some white space in between our different colors that we used. So we're going to fill in that space with watercolor paint. Something that is special about oil pastel and watercolor paint is that they don't mix together. So we don't have to be super careful about painting in between all of those colors. We don't have to be super careful. All we have to do is really just paint on top, and the watercolor will go over. So what you need to do when you have your watercolor paint, you'll have a bucket of water and a paintbrush. What you're going to do is you need to wake up your watercolor paint with your paintbrush. With your wet paintbrush, you'll wake up your colors. Let's see, I'm going to start with green. You're going to very gently paint the top of that so that it wakes up, and now you have a beautiful green paint on your paintbrush. I'm going to paint right on top. So as you'll see, I'm not really trying my hardest to stay in between those lines. I'm actually just painting right on top. And the oil pastel stays on the paper and the paint goes in between the oil pastels. So I'm going to get a little bit more green on my brush. And then I can finish painting that spot green. And you can see that I'm not really trying to stay in the lines because the oil pastel helps me do that. Since we're using watercolor paint, it's important that we wash our brush in between colors, because if you don't, then they'll mix in between there. So I'm gonna switch my brush to yellow. So I have green on my brush, and I'm going to wash this off in our paintbrush hot tub. I got the green off, and now I'm going to choose yellow. I'm going to wake up that yellow paint by just gently swirling right on top. And then I can paint that on my paper. It's looking good. I'm going to get a little bit more water on my brush and get some more yellow paint. Finish painting this guy. See how I'm painting right on top of the oil pastel? And it does not mix, it just goes where it's supposed to go. So these oil pastels are actually helping you paint your masterpiece. All right, friends, so the rest of this video was actually sped up, so I was actually not painting this fast. As you can see, this is sped up on my video, but every time I'm painting, I'm making sure my paintbrush is on the tip top of the paintbrush and not jamming into the paper. Anytime I switch colors, I am washing my brush in the paintbrush hot tub and then choosing my new color so that the colors don't mix inside of the paintbrush palette. All right, friends, remember when you are painting, your paintbrush needs to only be painting on the tippy top, okay, just right here. So when you are painting, make sure you are not squishing your paintbrush down like this. This is not where you need to be painting. You need to be painting on the tippy top. So if I see you painting with the paintbrush jammed onto your paper, I'm gonna have to take away your painting. So make sure that when you are using your watercolor brush that you are only painting on the tip top part of your paintbrush. I know we don't want the paint to mix on the inside of our paint palette, but if your paint mixes on your paper, that is totally okay, and it actually makes a brand new color. So if you are mixing on your paper, that is fine by me. Have fun.